is a mage himself.
Is he a mage capable of undoing the work of an 8th circle mage?
Probably not. That you might want to go speak to Dylan about, or her husband. Hello, Dirge.
Oh. Hi.
Hello.
Have you been to the Wicarium before?
No?
That would be your best option to go find someone powerful in magic to assist you with that. As I said before, Dylan and her husband are very skilled in it.
Okarium's good, but there's also the Red Wild.
That also.
The Land of the Fae, quite a few good mages there. I can recommend one myself. Archmage of a magical society at one point, so I don't think you get any better than that.
I don't know anything about this individual you were speaking of earlier, but
As it
if they're a
goes.
mercenary and they're out for themselves, probably not the best option. I know Dylan personally. She's a sweetheart. I would try and get yourself to the Wicarium if possible. Just my personal opinion. I can't speak for the Red Wilds.
Shouldn't shrug off the mercenary, but it might be a good shout for someone if you want to trust someone a bit more.
Someone trustworthy, yes.
I mean, both of them function off money for services, so...
A faction of trust, yeah. Trust and money. You can't get very far in the mercenary business if you're, not a good and trustworthy source.
The Hammock
Mercenary
Agency
work
has
isn't
helped
just
us
killing.
out a lot. They managed to get it back in the first place. So there is some trust built up there. But it is going to be a highly invasive procedure.
It's probably best you learn. See if you can do anything for the magic end, but if you can't, I recommend shooting that as like the nuclear option. I do not need to know what the situation is, because it's not none of my business.
I'll just
My
say the
recommendation is
thing that
treating
most
as
people
the
say when they
latter.
go to a hospital. Get the opinions of multiple different doctors before you choose on one.
Yes. Always good to get a professional opinion.
Multiple sources. How are you, Anna? It's been some time.
A little busy prepping for the Halloween party next Thursday. So that'll be fun.
I've got my costume ready.
I see.
Oh.
Eager beaver.
Yeah, I can't take it off.
As well.
Didn't seem
fucking
to
take
last
advantage
more
of it.
than a month last year, so fingers crossed
I
that's
believe,
still the case this year.
Once October's over, the Mad King Thorn's curse will be over. That is the way it works.
If that isn't the case, well, no, being a simp isn't that bad.
Yeah, if you want to stick with one, you can stick with one, but I mean, it's up to you. I'm sure there's a way of...
There are things that I do.
reverse the curse. I mean, yeah.
There are things that I miss, but there are things nice about this.
I've heard that they're waterproof. Is that true?
Yes.
Depending on the...
I am
most
at least.
bags are rated for underwater.
Have you gone exploring any oceans?
Yeah, fine.
Dipped in a river once and went under a waterfall.
Oh.
I can recommend a nice place to go
You
go
could
for a
do
dive
that.
if you're on the LF, folks, and I go have like a little
you
vacation.
could do that normally. I'd say go walk out into the ocean.
Yeah, you can walk on the bottom of the ocean without drowning. You can, how people bird watch? You can fish watch, whatever you want to call it.
I guess.
The skies now, the ocean, so you get to see all of them.
It's your call at the end of the day.
Fish,
No one really can make that choice for you.
I was not
I
dropping
would've
here
thought
long,
so.
I was
Knew
merely
a
dropping
little
here
bit more of
waiting
the
for a
first two
transporter
options.
arrives, and I believe my communication, he said he is here. I thought I had a bit more time, but apparently not, so take it easy, you two. Good luck with whatever you have going on now.
It's good seeing you, Cupcake.
Bye, Cupcake.
Goodbye, Cupcake.
Take it
Bye.
easy.
Thank you.
Business calls.
You know what you could do is you could paint some of your teeth red.
What would a contract entail?
Why would I do that?
You know, make it a little more actual
Usually
spooky
you can
for
review it
Halloween.
before you sign it.
I tried asking about it, but they said,
No.
value in the shop.
Ah, that works.
Well, yeah, because it's your
I mean, the teeth
soul
are still
and your
silver,
health.
but you know.
If it's a no, it's a no.
I'm just playing around with you, Dirge. I'm sorry. If I say anything to upset you, I didn't mean it.
I can read it.
You do have a lot these days, don't you? Fuck.
General books.
Sorry.
Deal with the devil. Make sure it's a concrete,
It's okay.
unchanging
I understand.
price that is
I have a
achievable.
theory about what that was about, and
See if there's a time frame for
no, I
payment.
didn't mean anything by it.
I know.
If you choose the angel, I
That's not your fault.
haven't been to Sunday school in like 20 years.
Just don't mess around. Don't
Yeah,
play
well,
around with
it's
stuff like that. I'm very sensitive about blood.
It's
Understood,
usually
sir.
benevolent, at least in the books. I don't know about the
You
real
going
thing.
to Flurry's birthday party tonight?
Too late for me.
Let's just what, like community service hours?
I
I
don't know.
might go for half an hour. Just say
I'm saying
hello.
that the angel might just do it out of benevolence, or they might want you to pay kindness forward in some way, or something like that. I don't know many angels personally.
Divinity is not all it's cracked up to
I
be.
should ask.
Perhaps, but it's cracked enough for what we need it to be right now.
I would trust the people who are alive and mortal first, before running to gods and deific entities.
Okay, not many folks who are alive can undo the work of a very high level mage without having a little bit of taint from either side of the spectrum. At least not that we know.
What is Dylan's husband's name? I always forget his name.
Fable.
Fable, thank you. Isn't he a fae?
That's a third axis entirely.
No. I don't think he's a fae. I think he's something different from that.
Sure, I can't tempt you with anything, Jason?
You can try.
We have tea.
Ooh. Go on.
All right, we've got a rose blend, butterfly pea flower. That changes color.
Ooh.
Got Earl Grey, Darjeeling, and Assam.
What is Darjeeling?
Black tea.
What was the first one you suggested?
A rose blend.
I'll take the rose blend, please.
All right.
Are you dressing up for the party next Thursday?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
I still have my costume from last year.
Ah.
What about you?
I
If you're
do. I
coming.
have my costume all prepared, yes. There's a
Lovely.
Halloween party going on this Saturday at a tavern. I forget what the name. I'm sorry. I need to look it up. Damn it.
My what is on?
Should be enough in
I'm so forgetful.
here for ups.
I mean, you'll probably meet Wintide if you go stare on the Bay Rhine or go to meet Rek. Either way, you'll meet them. I guarantee you'll meet both the Dragonborn characters. But what do you mean by my voice changer?
Does this work? Sorry, I've never.
Yeah, it is on. It is supposed to be on. I'm playing Dirge.
Careful.
Mhm.
Hold this. All right. Just sort of make sure it. There we go.
Oh, I see.
Set it
Fancy.
aside.
I happen to know a few specialists in occult and stuff like that. What exactly is wrong with you going up with you, may I ask? Or is that private?
I think it's safe to say that's a bit too private right now.
Of course. Forget I asked it.
Exactly as you said, though. Someone to counteract a high-level mage.
Instantly, or does a high-level mage know you're doing this?
There we go.
Oh.
I hope not.
Well, then
There we go.
you could probably undo higher-level magics of lower-level magics given enough time and effort.
Thank you for your care.
Mm.
Do you want any lemon?
No, thank you.
I'm not sure about that.
Hi. Welcome to IZCA.
Mm.
Can we get you anything?
Good day.
I mean, I'm not a magic specialist, but I do know one.
Sure thing.
A witch, more precisely. I'll ask her opinion on the matter.
A witch.
A witch.
Oh dear. I think I may have missed.
You probably know who she is. I'm going to be honest with you.
I can make you a second pot if you'd like.
Seems everyone in Saphira does.
I don't want to waste
I
your
keep to myself.
resources. Thank you, though.
I don't know
It was
many
very
people.
good.
Fair enough.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
I mean, you vaguely know me, right? Right?
Someone called you Dirge, didn't they?
Yeah. You. I
What is your name? I don't believe I've seen you.
hate Halloween. I'm
Red.
usually a dragonborn.
Red.
The tall one with the red
Well,
eyes.
that is actually going to work. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sure.
Nice to meet you, Red. I'm Jason.
I don't see how anything can fit underneath
back.
that suit.
It's not a suit.
Thank you.
I've been cursed to be in a synthetic for all of Halloween.
What is your prescription?
Amongst quite a few other people, by the way. Specifically a synthetic of the Leap Foundry Corporation.
Techwear.
Ah,
There have been
that's
people who've been
right.
turned into warriors of Zarus, people who have been
Yeah.
turned into
My eyesight
purge
has
bots,
been,
stuff like that, etc., etc.
Well, about
Mhm.
year
All
and a
manner of scary and
Got really
dangerous
bad,
things,
so-
but it's all cosmetic.
Can't really
There's no
say more
actual
than, I'd say
danger. Well, other than the fact that I'm now a machine, and that is entirely
It's kind of like a blur.
its own set of unique things to deal with.
So it's just sort of.
Imagine just waking
You
up.
said you.
Mhm.
Hmm. No, they're nice.
You said it was only cosmetic. I was about to ask, how do you eat them?
Thank you.
I don't.
I lose them far too often for
God, I'm so sorry.
how expensive they are. But
I
Need to put the
don't
little
need to breathe.
necklace on
Don't need to
the
eat.
leather.
I don't need to sleep. I can,
There's a
but
thought.
it just is not quite right. I don't feel the need to rest.
I mean, I do have a library.
Touch is now just more like notifications and awareness rather than sensation. I feel cold all the time. Even though I generally kind of don't feel anything, and the feeling of nothing, not feeling anything, feels like being cold.
I like your bucket.
It didn't even give you a heater?
Ducks in a different outfit every time I see them.
No, what's the point?
Hmm? Who?
Duck.
Oh, that's your name. Hello, Duck.
You make it back from the bar.
What's your
last
name
week?
again? Snow, was it?
It is snow.
You see, I have another person who I refer to as Snow, so that's going to be a little bit awkward. But they're not called Snow, they're called Snow Scale.
Good evening.
So I guess I can just pick and choose for the time being. Sorry, I'm messing this up.
Fell asleep in the beanbags.
Even before this changed me, in all honesty, personality-wise, a lot of people who've been turned into synthetics have, like, lost in touch with their emotions or are struggling with their emotions. I'm perfectly fine. I don't really know why.
No.
In fact, my mind is basically the same with all the ups and downs that comes with. But even then, before this, I was not the best of social stuff.
So far.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So sorry if I'm a bit awkward.
Oh.
You also got
Devious
almost
little
all over
gremlin.
guardsmen.
As long as you get to the point, it's fine.
Well,
Remind me
I
of
suppose I'll
Roar.
get to this point. Do you do anything else other than work here?
Alex?
Briar.
Roar? Roar, did you say?
Briar.
I just work here, and
Okay.
Like Briar Road.
You just
pretty much the main thing I do.
you don't. But this is volunteer work.
10x.
Do you not? Or are you employed here?
Okay, tenant.
Does Anna pay the
I
people?
am employed. I'm not here as a volunteer. Some people are volunteers, but I'm not one of
I'm
them.
horrible with remembering.
Oh,
names,
right.
So don't be offended if I forget my name. Is
Oh, okay. Is that?
No worries, trust
You
me.
just live in Palace District and work a job at a charity
Trust me,
store?
the amount of times it
That's
took
it?
people to remember my name within the first year of me being here was already enough.
Yeah,
At this
I just
point,
live in an apartment
you know,
and come
I
here for
understand
work.
if some people, it's hard
That's-
to remember names.
Must be nice.
Been saving.
See, what
You want
I
another
did
one?
when I
No,
first
it's
started
not,
in the
considering
Metaverse
how
was
much
I
I've been
wore a
trying to
name
save
tag
up
with
for a
a
certain thing to
money
occur.
face on it.
What have you
Get
been
a bit
saving up?
frugal.
You know, I probably should have done that actually. Probably would have saved me a bunch
Enough
of time.
credits, point, money,
Something
whatever
like to, you know?
the term is,
Well,
Credits.
at this point,
to have someone hunted
I don't know
down.
how many people at least know me.
It's
at
always
this
different
point,
for other people.
and I wouldn't be surprised. if
That's not something I was expecting to come out of your mouth. Who are you hunting? Actually, that's not something I should really ask in an open space.
And
Nope.
I'm not going to divulge further on that.
Well, you're not smarter than most people.
Striped bow tie. I didn't even think about that.
Aywa.
Uh,
I zoned out first. Gawa.
I was asking if that's like a Halloween piece there, your bow tie. It's like Jack-
Quick question, though.
Oh, it wasn't on purpose.
Let's say that you know how I know specialists.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Let's just happen to say that I too have a specialty.
Yes.
It might be,
She's already gotten her costume picked out, so it's just a matter of whenever.
On
my
a
wife
similar
gets around to
subject.
Making it.
Mm.
The benefits
Exciting.
of being married to a seamstress is
oh,
well, not well. A
would
tailor
that
is-
change your mind on
you don't
divulging
have
this
to worry about
information in a
actually
quieter spot?
purchasing any clothes. Now the
Nope.
materials, that's a whole different story.
Damn, thought I could get a job then for a
I
second.
imagine so.
Oh, trust me, it's one thing to be having
What?
to bring over like pallets of all.
I live in the
the
slum in
electronics and
Waterfront.
metal to my workshop.
I need
but
money.
My goodness, my wife, I love her.
Right,
to
well,
death,
not
but
really,
sometimes she can
actually.
make way too much fabric.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't.
I highly doubt
Get a lot of
anyone
different
would be
customers,
skilled
so it
enough
makes
Want to top up,
sense.
or are you good?
to undo a certain thing would be living in
Got
the
me thinking
slums
I
of
should try
Waterford.
to sing something next Thursday. I've already got something lined up for the Saturday that
Mhm.
I'm going to.
Fair enough.
That is
Think
if
you'll
there's
also
an
find
area
it-
to perform, Anna.
We don't really have one.
I mean, it's.
I mean,
We're at an impasse in this conversation because I don't want to divulge further what I can do, and you don't want to divulge further information what you want to be done. So neither of us are going to say anything
It's a living room
further.
with a fire.
Mansion.
Yes, it's not going to be here. It's going
I
to be.
I
different.
appreciate you
in the
trying
Urban
to
Estate.
help. However,
Oh yes.
I have
Well,
other
there's the
options
central
right
area,
now
the
I
main
need to
lobby of
consider,
the
as well
VRC.
as
We could always
with them,
use
I
that
have
for
trust already
anyone who wants
built.
to perform, I guess. An idea.
That's understandable.
Sounds fun.
I'll walk you through the floor plan. It's a bit. You'll see. We usually go all
Forgive
out
me
with
for trying to
decorations.
interject, I guess.
Not someone
same
is
with
willing
those
to
that
help
last
without a
year, wasn't it?
cost behind it.
Yes.
I think I'm familiar with.
Depending on who it is, I can be pretty
so It might
cheap.
echo like all around if
Fair enough.
Ah.
depending on
What
where
if that
it
cost
is.
has already been paid for?
Hmm.
Well, then you better go with the person you paid for.
So
We'll play by ear.
we'll see. Yeah.
Hmm.
And do you want the usual thing that you get?
Because if you're going to spend a lot of money to get that job done, then it's probably worth doing.
Oh, hello there, dear.
If you could, Miss Anna.
Hello.
What's remind me again? What was the drink that you usually
Butterfly.
get here?
Best of luck, then. I know the feeling of really wanting someone to,
I've been
The iPad.
medically treated.
Okay, I'll leave it be.
My
then.
wife also
That's
says
more
that
than
I
just an
need
eye
to,
patch.
in her words.
Well, first is having to deal with a
represent
certain
the area a bit
situation.
more, so
What I
she
want
decided
is
to
completely
At least get me a
Yeah,
jacket.
Different.
And,
Feet.
well, more so, she decided
Fins.
to take what was my jacket and add this to the back of it now.
It's okay.
Oh, that's
well, I'll leave you with this on this final note on this section of this conversation. We can move on to something a bit nicer.
We do
I don't
also
get it.
sell
I hope
decals,
that you can
so-
resolve this situation without any bloodshed, and if you do have to resolve the situation with that, I hope they deserve it.
I haven't forgotten.
That's
I'm
why
gonna
I
be giving
told her
Fleur
I'd
your
just
gift
bring
for her
over a
tonight.
decal anyway, and she
Thank you.
Thank
She
you.
wouldn't
insisted
hear
on
it.
putting it.
That's the best a Sephiroth can give, I suppose.
She is. As talented.
Do you have any
as
hobbies?
She is stubborn, so very.
3 sugars?
Eating.
Eating.
Good day.
Hey, Jason.
Good news, your hobby matches well with mine, because I'm a baker.
Do I know you?
Good to see you too. It's Angel.
Oh. I
What
didn't
sweets do you
realize.
make? Or pastries?
Everyone assumes when I say baker, they mean they're like
October.
cakes
I
or
didn't think it would actually affect
Alright.
me, but it
Um,
did, so.
Butterfly
they're
flower.
like cakes or bread.
Thanks.
Sorry, like cakes or sweet pastries. I generally want to do more savory stuff like bread, sausage rolls,
I got all of the
bakes, pies, etc., etc.
we got the decorations
Meat pies?
out of storage. We bought new fake cobwebs.
But since people are expecting sweet stuff from me, I have learned to do sweet stuff.
Our orders are all
Might as
still
well.
in. We didn't get any last minute.
I like
I'm
meat.
utilizing the fact that I can just download anything from the internet and play it perfectly in my mind right now to gain a lot of cooking skills.
Meat rack.
I'm going to be so good at cooking at the end of this month.
Get their
I'll be the best baker.
down for them, easier for them to carry. So.
Following a recipe that's different than having compassion to cooking.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you want that hotter
In a
roll.
big-
Thankfully, I have a very good reason to cook well. I have someone at the end of this month who I want to make a very, very, very
Black or red?
lovely meal for.
Pretty much everybody
Someone who
in my
deserves it.
household got affected.
But we'll see.
Black or red?
So even though
Mostly with madness.
right now I have no reason to enjoy the food and it's the smell I can't really experience and everything, I have a reason to make things good and taste nice. It's a motivation for the end of the month.
Well, how do you
They
know if it...
laugh at violence.
That's the issue. You don't know if it tastes good until you're...
Oh, I was.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I know.
Wasn't showing up, and then I remembered I.
Yeah, we were.
That's why I'm happy I have...
Important parts of
There
being
were
a
some creatures that were
Why do you think...
while fighting them. Like hysterically.
Yeah, and members of my friendship group that are still organic
It was really.
are experiencing quite a lot of food that I will spontaneously peel and say, hey, try
They
this.
didn't calm down until, the whole tuning fork thing.
Fair.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what they use to calm them down.
It's so good to see you, dear. Glad that you're doing
It's just...
well.
You're right, though. I wouldn't really have the passion if it wasn't for someone that I really, really want to make sure has a good November
I
1st.
was around for last year. It seemed to be more fun. I remember Peep was a Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, no. Last year was something because that's when I actually was
Nice big caramel
with an
macchiato.
actual human body. That was strange, to say the least.
Yeah, rest
Are
up,
you not?
okay?
Organic?
No, actually. This is more so just
November 1st.
covering what I actually look like,
Yeah.
mostly because,
When we're back to
for one,
being
that way
organic.
I can actually dress formally, and also for two,
She wants a big breakfast, a lovely breakfast made for her birthday. But her birthday's the
It can
31st.
be like a bed, bed
Mhm.
and
I
breakfast.
understand that.
I'm hoping it to be so. Though she'll have to let me into her apartment, sadly, so she'll have to get out of bed at some point.
Anything masking my appearance is usually just if I'm out actually doing other work for Guardian.
Can ask for a key.
For example.
I guess.
Where'd Kaya?
Yeah,
Oh,
having-
she's over there.
Nothing wrong with asking for the spare key.
I guess. I could try that.
So, can you imagine waking
You
up
have
to
a
the smell
costume
of
for
wonderful
next
food?
Thursday? The Halloween party here?
No, I could.
Will not fit over my injuries.
I mean, never really experienced it myself, but
Sit down, somewhere relaxing.
I've woken up and made good food.
Painful to wear the boots and the corset and all the things.
But I usually don't sleep very well.
I do not get to dress up for Halloween.
So.
this year. It's okay.
Now, I've got a question for you.
Hmm?
Do you care about presentation or do you care about the
Could find
taste?
something for you.
The taste, more importantly.
I need to do. Thank you, though.
What's the point of something pretty if the inside is ugly?
Hopefully your mom gets your
I'll be in the
costume
library,
at least done
as
before
usual.
the party. Would be nice.
It's JC.
I know, I'm just not the best with small animals.
Hope you're at
Okay,
least
and organizing.
doing well.
Yeah,
I figured out how to stop my head
Oh,
from
you should
falling
see the
off.
What's the
other
point of
guys.
a
See
Hoping
the
that
other
that, you
guys?
know,
pretty looking
You should see the other
thing
guy.
if it's
Not-
shit on the inside, right?
I found out that apparently if I
good.
What's
keep
on the
floating,
inside is what matters the
it doesn't
most.
fall off for some reason, but now that
Fair
I'm starting
enough.
to think about my biology, that does kind of make a
Oh,
little
people, how
Basically, you
things
don't want to
really
cover
are.
shit with glitter.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Understanding is
I don't want to pretend things are all.
Still sorry that this happened to
I've
you.
learned not to pretend things are alright when they're not.
It's okay. I was
I have a
Like my
recommendation for something you
My
can make.
oldest daughter
Hmm?
used to
wants
it.
to go
I
into my
shouldn't
field.
be
Can you
of
make hash
work, and
browns?
That's still
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
have to
that's
sit
fine,
down and
sorry.
talk with her about.
Can you make a hash brick?
Oh boy.
A hash brick. Is this just a big hash brown that's a brick shape, or is there more to it than that?
It's a lasagna of hash
Maybe
browns.
I'll be there.
They're open.
Is there anything between the hash browns? I assume, like, presuming
Of
the
course.
usual corned beef.
It's like it's a lasagna.
Magical healing properties. I mean,
Okay.
it's
So, right, so hash brown, corned beef, hash brown, eggs.
He's sitting in the shop right now, at least getting a few checkups because
Does that sound good?
Well,
Then, of course, hash browns on the bottom.
doing a bit of work for.
I'll have to make the
I
hash
mean,
browns.
Tastes offers hash bricks.
Straight bullet ended up
What?
getting
Part of the
a
menu.
shell, so luckily enough, at least he's not
Yeah,
broken.
Teeks,
But I have to make sure that his shell is at least all repaired up and
The restaurant down the
got
street.
functionality. Because
I've never eaten here, sadly. It's all a bit too expensive for someone like me. Well, not anymore, actually.
Yeah, I could. They're open on
I've
Sunday.
been rather lucky and gotten a bit of money.
Next Sunday.
It's all going into the place I
This is
live.
the thing I always
And
the more I
opening
want
my-
Okay, you're moving out of
and
the
the rest of your
slums.
siblings, because working
No,
with Blizzard
I'm
Guardians
trying to
is
make the
very
place where I live
You'll get
better.
all sorts of
amount of
crazy
magical
people.
output I did to hold down the mech with water cannon was
I'm
it.
talking about
There are so many people there that I care about that are a bit less fortunate than me.
I basically used this small
They deserve a lot more than I have.
Impressive.
Oh, trust me.
and my
Well,
body.
I'd much rather make that place better than move to some shiny, pretty place. After all,
not crazy, but
Isn't what on the outside not what matters,
Oh, absolutely.
but how good it tastes?
Oh, we don't tell her that.
When Koi used lots of out.
I don't think that works here. I'd rather move to somewhere better and not, you know, invest it where I can get shot at any point in time.
Rather than me, I'll do it.
Off mechs with water
I'll
cannon.
regret it
I
afterwards,
don't-
but
I
I
don't
won't.
do it.
Do.
Or at least less
I know
likely move
better.
to somewhere less likely to get shot at any point in time.
I think it's fine.
No,
Not the getting shot part. I think that there's not a likelihood of getting shot.
Be
At least in my opinion.
spending time with
Or getting
probably a
diseases.
few
You know, I got
of
to heal people,
at least
so
some other
I
friends
did
of
my
hers
job.
and such.
We did lose a civilian.
It's getting to be a
but,
better place to
We
live.
did not have the people to watch them,
People
and then,
live there,
the
and
secret
people
force
exist.
Came out and got to them.
They deserve good places to live. I will spend all my money and breath to make sure that all the people whose life has trodden down into shit can at least have a chance of clawing themselves back out.
Yeah.
I've been given that chance,
And
I want to give it
I
to
wish
everyone
you
else.
luck, because you know what happens when you try to offer help to someone? You give them your hand, what will they take?
Do you take any milk or sugar with your tea?
Sure.
From what I've seen,
They are not good in battle, but
Just
they take your hand and use it to stand up.
Stuff I have to handle. At least
sniper
once
twice
we
in
head back
Industrial.
home.
It's pretty cool.
Because
Unrelated
Okay.
thing.
1, 2.
since I had to
2.
deal with a few people over in
Alright.
Guardian District, now it's basically cut into all my work.
They'll
back
take your
over to
arm and
shop, so
drag you
now
down so they can use you as a stepping
back up.
stone.
Trying to make sure that I get all of my orders and all of the robotics requests done before the
Alright,
end of
this is
November
called
because
the
Learn to
butterfly
let go in that situation.
Christmas time with my family instead of having to be like,
But
oh,
don't ever-
sunflowers?
now,
When you
But don't
finish
ever
with
lose the
acidity,
ability
use
to
the
offer your
butterfly.
oh,
hand.
I need this work done or I need that work done.
Neat.
You live in a
To be
charity.
honest, I wanna
You
say
work at a
morning
charity.
Yeah,
glory.
people can be annoying with that stuff, but
Definitely
that's
don't drink tea made out of that.
that's part
though.
of work, really.
Pretty sure that's poisonous.
Okay, I do work at one. What does that mean?
Something that would go really well with it.
Do you not think
You could be a mummy.
to offer help to people?
No, I'm not going to be a mummy because then you have people who are awkward, be like, oh, you have daddy issues.
On a personal level, no.
Interesting.
Me in a moment.
It takes a little getting used to.
Out of my work
It
ethic,
will be
of
fun.
course.
I will have
It's
Halloween
asked.
next year.
And I'm on the clock.
You still have Christmas this year.
What brings you in tonight?
If anything,
So your
Christmas-
kindness is
Just getting up, moving
entirely
around.
reliant on how much money you're being paid.
With me. And I'm in this appearance. I don't have my visor
Slow
either, so
October or
I'm a lot more
illness,
alert now.
injury?
Since
I mean
Oh, no,
recovery
Mr.
I'm
Dad,
used
Mr.
to-
Dad
from
was cheat
this.
skills.
It goes a bit deeper
See,
than
Kinda
that.
weird to
it's
move.
because of my tech. That's also why my wife never lets me play poker.
Yeah, I've got some cybernetics myself. but not,
Explain.
like,
Well, that's why several people don't let me play poker.
I just
it
like
wasn't
to
a
keep
blackjack
my
or any
distance
card
with
games,
people.
really,
I guess
because
is the best
they
way to
always
put
say
it.
that
Nothing
I
more
have
to
eyes
that, no.
everywhere, and
Come to terms. It's been like a year.
technically
would say,
true, but it's
but much
I
like
do it mostly
yourself,
for security.
Yeah,
been
about
through
the same
some
for me.
Mhm.
It's more, I guess
True.
we call it a mobility aid.
situations.
Was the guy
Yeah.
eyes
It
in the
won't
back
let
of
me
his head,
pocket.
dear?
Mm.
It won't. It won't let me pocket
Used to it.
Blu-ray
That's not the first
siblings.
part of the
I've learned that isolating yourself only makes it worse.
I'm usually the one who has to warn them whenever you're about to do it.
In a good way, in a bad way, in a.
I have a false
I
knee.
mean, now I can do it without you
That doesn't mean I am
being
I'm
ready for
isolated.
it.
So
Calculating.
It's just
Oh,
not
not
getting
exactly.
everyone
It's
There we
to that.
technologically miraculous thing.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a pain to get out of my
Yeah,
hair.
if you get too fancy with that,
It's
it
not getting anyone too
Yeah.
close.
Very shiny.
kind of
very glittery.
counterintuitive.
Appreciate it,
I understand.
but
I was scared
Oh,
of
my
that as well.
You really just got it like all in my hair. My goodness. Shut up.
It hurts being betrayed, doesn't it?
Now I can do this. Enough glitter.
Oh,
More than one
from hair.
occasion.
Oh, thank you. Oh,
I'm gonna
boy.
guess mercenary.
Yeah,
Something like that, yeah.
with my line of work,
I don't think it's an
very
official
much
title,
a-
but
It's usually the
Uh,
safe,
I'm mostly
the
just
sort
employed
of
for the
safe
fact that I'm a very
icebreaker in
vigilant
this city.
person. so
yeah.
not
Hmm.
having all of my tech and my stuff that helps me keep
Honestly, I'd be
watchful
concerned if I
in certain
wasn't and
places
this
is
happened.
certainly different.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh. Not like it's hard to find a disaster in this city.
Look out, I'm going to move.
That's for sure.
I want to sit by the
I believe that
fireplace.
fire
a
isn't.
bit
Also-
of-
Fire's just an illusion. If you want a real fire, there's.
hmm.
Oh, that's not.
Are you hitting on me?
Is it working?
The hands are glowing.
I've already been hit too much. If you
Welcome
can't
back.
tell.
Hi. Thank you. It's been a while, I know. Hi.
Hey, the fashion industry moves fast.
If you're trying to word something
How are you,
nicely,
Ray?
it's best to just say it.
How's my little bye-bye?
Soft couches.
I'm saying if you're trying to word something
glitter
nicely to
pop,
say,
Dad.
you can just say it.
He's got glitter in his hair.
No, I'm more thinking about why
He's got glitter in
do
his
I
hair.
still trust
Oh,
people
he's got it
that
everywhere.
after
Like I
In
see
his
him
hair.
sparkling and radiant self right here.
being
That
afflicted.
is going to
We
take
can
a
go
week
into the
to
whole
get out.
nature versus no
Is
truth
the
debate if you want.
fireplace real?
It took him 3 days to get all
No,
out of his
that is
computer.
I know that
graphic
debate
screen.
well.
That's just
Projection, why?
vile.
Told you I wouldn't lie
You are
to
now
you.
fire.
That was when it was
Well, no, I
first
just
learning
wanted
Or maybe
it.
you had a hard time letting go.
That
The
was
other
crime.
ways and you don't know.
It was unpredictable.
I'm also going home, so I will get the scale thing for you.
Yeah,
But
you
now I
got it
can't
all
control
over. Yeah, so you got all over the
I do hope
keyboard
you have fun at the
and
wedding.
well, clearing that out,
I
then you
will
got all
try
over
to. I get to
guardsmen.
be
Okay, I
I was
couldn't
going
control
to be in
it.
the
Be
party.
worse.
Now I get to be in the.
It could be.
It could
Yes.
still be unexpected.
Good to see you, though, Aurora.
Can I
Good to see you as well.
Bye.
Oh,
Hi,
good.
Hello,
Oh,
Aurora. Good to see you, dear.
I am very
Hi,
sorry.
Jason. Oh,
Oh, excuse me. Pardon me.
No
You
worries.
should see the other guy, Aurora.
you'll have to
Hopefully
tell me
staying
about
in-
it. Give me the details.
Maybe I do have a hard time letting go.
Hopefully staying out of trouble, though.
Experience for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm always
And you
staying out of
know what
trouble.
people
know
call
me.
that?
Honestly, boring life. Honestly,
Thank
staying
you for
home
hearing
always.
it.
Limiting
I don't
yourself
know what-
from
I'm
for
a
growth.
workaholic.
If
I
you
stay
were
locked
looking
in my
for
lab.
something to chase the taste away,
I didn't hear
from
that. Everyone else
strawberry
behind you
drinks
spoke.
is
Has anyone
pretty
ever told you
popular.
you're a really bad liar?
Limiting yourself for
I
growth.
think I'm okay for Has anyone ever told you that I was basically copying you?
You know what? That's fair.
Or maybe it's learning to forgive.
Hey, Auntie. Did anyone
Yeah?
tell you pocket glitter?
Oh,
You want me
Bye bye, you.
Trust me? No, I think the little one wants to.
Oh. Crossfire.
Yes. Currently,
There's nothing I gain or lose by holding on to them.
If you don't mind, yeah.
The party next week.
I don't think I'll
Oh,
ever
you
trust
have
them
so
again.
much to lose.
Just take the sleeve.
I don't think I'll ever trust them again, of
The
course.
one here.
But it doesn't mean I have to hate them for the rest of my life.
Yes.
Please don't get
Well,
uncomfy yourself.
the kids are allowed to go. I just
There's
make sure
nuance
that we have
to it all,
someone
isn't there?
at least watching over her. The other ones are old enough to at least be out on their own. She's still too young, so she has to have a
It
chaperone. at
depends. In
least.
my case, no.
But this is something I can
Understandable.
say to man, you
Wow.
should see the other
Well,
guy, like, oh, what
I
do you
guess
think?
it's different.
Is it
From the sounds of it, you've been hurt by someone who intended to hurt you.
Honestly, yeah.
And
Don't
then-
worry,
I don't know if it was
Okay.
intentional or not.
And as for, like, you know how she
I know
is
mine was a
when it
mistake.
comes to Navi, that
It was a massive, stupid one. That's cost them a lot.
We do have free laundry
And
facilities.
me a lot.
So I
But it was still a mistake.
Slick, but
But there was about
she's as sharp as a
There are
knife
still parts of me
I
that
can't get past her with just a
Still.
random jacket that I got. So
wish things were different.
on the back.
It would have been so nice for things to be
Oh my gosh.
a bit
She was like, "Oh, you need
Nicer.
to represent." I'm like, and she's like, "Oh, I can just embroider."
that they didn't make the mistake, that we were still all friends, that we would all still meet up at the Ricarium for coffee and chatting the hours away.
Hold on.
Glitter on it.
Aiden.
I expect nothing less. Give me a moment. I'm getting on the phone.
I could still see her smile and chuckle and speak about all these things and
She, at least with the war, she's
egg me on into becoming a better
Yeah,
person.
but
I'm
floral
sick, I think
blends,
it's called like
it's hit or
a.
miss, depending on what you like.
It's a PAG.
But
It's some sort of like adventuring guild, I think. I don't remember exactly what it is.
not meant to be, I guess.
Above and
Answer
ran
that
around
when
doing arranged
the back
things
goes-
to let the
Sometimes
I'm not too
life
sure.
just isn't fair.
As far as I know, there's some adventuring guild that
Badass scars out of it.
No.
at least
No.
it's
Never
a bit
fair.
later in the day.
So you
But
It's never
mentioned
been
getting
fair
out
to
and
me.
about and moving more.
I'm not too sure what exactly.
It's never been fair to others either.
You can you can shout at the world why, it doesn't matter.
I mean,
Who knows,
work's
maybe-
always nice.
Exactly.
But
So I'm trying to be
But
Being in a bed for too long is
something for people to
health.
smile
some sort of adventure game,
at,
like
Tell
the one
me
I
about
used
be
it.
to have.
happy that
Back in a couple of weeks.
I'm pretty sure it'll
I'm
be
there
safe then.
and help people
I
whose
see.
life
We
isn't
might
treated
not
fairly.
to commiserate with you
called the
there.
Misty Shore, and it's a time.
What is this
Pretty
little one's
sure
name?
that, if not me, I'm pretty
They're
sure
always
others
nice,
at least
but
told you
I
about it
hate being
before.
cooped up.
It was always
Yeah.
hectic over there.
That'll do.
This was
Dealing with-
definitely a kick in the ass.
All
I
the
have a big
chaotic
battle-
thing.
but
Well,
you know that
Yeah.
everybody-
all types of
Yeah.
chaotic people we'd see around there.
Big
Well,
life
This is
change.
emotional support
Ray
and
Asher as a
tracking.
whole.
The other one is team.
You
all
alright?
sorts of different
You get
crazy
used to
people.
not having it, and then you have it again, and it's
He's
Good
big and
advice.
furry
Something
and warm
else.
too.
You're just
No.
lost, aren't you?
I'm not.
Hello.
Warmer than me?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I
Fair
He does
enough.
not
Can't
have, like,
talk
he does
about
not have a
I'll
cheat
bore you
Nor
with
do I
those
want
stories
to.
later. Don't
Would you
worry.
like to at least go to a quieter spot so you can just not be with all the noise?
If I need to for a punishment.
I hear Beastkin ears are much more sensitive than others.
But yeah,
I have 4
Actually,
years.
no, maybe not, because
Yeah.
last
So
time
yes.
I tried boring
I almost lost my
one of you
thing.
with a story.
I'm glad you didn't.
I ended up in Estella being interested.
You don't need to
in one, and now
stay around for
we have
me.
that whole
Or I can come along if you
deal,
want.
so who knows? Maybe it'll work.
I will tell you, I do have
It's your choice.
She understands that I'm polyamorous.
You're the
Fair
guest.
enough. When we get
Welcome,
home,
guys.
I'll,
It's
at
I'm
least-
the appeal.
I'll tell you a
Yeah.
couple stories from when I was at the Misty Shore.
I need you to meet
I
someone.
found a cheat skill.
Click, 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 click.
This is my Glaceon. I wanted you to meet them because they're very important to
I'm
me.
gonna step away for a moment. I'll
I
be
figured
back.
you two would be very,
Okay. I mean, we've got the employee lounge if you need it.
as soon as you, come back to the living.
That's fine,
I'm
thank
not
you.
sure what you're doing while your eyes are very
I
closed.
don't know.
Oh, that's Snow. She's one of our lifeguards.
Oh, Miss
I don't know if she was
Boss.
here the last time you were. Yes?
It may be a month or two before I can swim again.
That's okay.
Huh?
Kaya.
For work.
Briar.
It may be a
This is
month
my
or two
Glaceon.
before I can swim again for
Glaceon,
work.
this is Briar.
Click, click.
Okay. Well, it's
Look,
fine.
look, look.
It's fine. I'll
Are you
I've
okay?
given up.
just rest up.
I mean,
I didn't.
It's just, it's fine.
Like a dozen Pokemon.
You don't need to tell me anything, by the way. I'm just following so you're not alone.
And if you're worried about me and getting, I don't know, any bad things happening to me, that's the building's prerogative with their PD protocol.
It's whatever. You're someone who is troubled by certain things. I can at least give you a moment where those things don't trouble you by distracting you of a conversation or helping you find solutions. Or maybe just giving you someone to speak to about it. But if it's personal matters, I can at least just give you a moment of quiet. I understand the need to step away and go to quiet moments. I get overwhelmed too, and I don't even have 4 ears. I only have 2. Alright, I guess I don't have 2.
Robot form?
I have, alright, yes, I don't have 2 ears when I'm like this. But most time, I'm usually a bit more, fleshy and covered in scales.
We met before.
I know. Though we didn't speak much other than exchanging glances, it's been nice being able to converse with you.
Nice. one way to put it, considering we have conflicting views.
But you're not angry at me for having conflicting views.
Why would I be? You're not gonna bother me in my life.
Suppose this is why I'm not angry at yours. I think they're slightly wrong, but they're not going to hurt anyone. At least not intentionally. We all end up hurting people. Or getting hurt. That's just how life is. Even when we're trying our best not to. It just happens. What matters more is what happens, what you do afterwards. Do you give up? Or do you just continue? Trying always to be better. Better may never be achievable. That doesn't mean you should stop trying.
You might be looking to things too far. I always focus on what's right in front of me first.
So do I. What is right in front of me is being a better person. It's always on my mind. How can I help people? Especially when I'm me.
Why do you want to help?
Because I feel like my entire life has been spent doing the opposite. Even now, I feel like I'm not I'm more of a resource drain than gain. But people enjoy me. And I make people smile. I can help people now. And I'm better than what I once was. Through the efforts of everyone around me. I want to return the kindness given to me, because I have been given a lot of kindness for what I was, for who I was. I would not have been upset if anyone thought I was something that was deemed not worth trying, or something to be discarded. But people still care and helped me become better. So I need to do the same for others. Or else I'd be squandering what everyone else has given me. I've been given a massive gift. I should try my best to make sure it's repaid. If not them, then to the world. Because yes, it's been unfair and unkind to me, but I still live in it. So do all the people I care about. All the people I haven't met. All these people. You think they don't deserve the same chance I got? Chance to be better? All I have to do is offer my hand. Even though sometimes it's very difficult. And I'm not perfect. Not at all. But I can at least try to be better.
What happened, by the way?
Huh?
Yes, you.
It is heavy, and I do not know if your mental health can handle right now. But if you say so, I don't want you to get angry at me.
Give me the very short version.
Went to do a job for Percy. Wait. Are there any bad people name I should not say? Like, do you read news?
Yes.
Okay. Did you read, like... Okay, I'd just say... Percy at Hell's Row wanted to do humanitarian aid to clear a path in industrial after the Leap Foundry incident because there are
Does this
still
go
many
to say
people,
the B
both
word?
synthetic.
Huh?
Okay.
Is this going to mention something that begins with the letter B?
I will not say them, but you will just know them.
Explosives?
No, a deity.
Great God shenanigans.
Nope, just here, explain it fully. Disabling auditory senses. Wave at me
No,
when I
you
can
don't
hear
have to
again.
say the name. She writes it down on a piece of paper, and you will read Ball. Do not say.
What kind of name is that?
Don't worry about it. It's a bitch name. Starts with a B for the breach. Okay, you are good to hear. Well, I wrote it down just in case.
Alright, I can hear again.
So, without... Okay, so I will not say that name now that you know the name. But we were doing humanitarian aid in the industrial district because there are still both synthetic and many organic people are still without food, water, shelter since big explosion from raid. So we went and we did. But we got baited. A human in plain clothes came to us, was like, we need help. People need food and the factory is having issue. So we did the job and went to help. Got ambushed.
Lovely.
That sounds about right for them.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, well, we had, after a couple of hours, we had eliminated about maybe 20 or 30 of them before we blew up the place, and the 40 or 50 remaining scattered. Unfortunately, there were many, there were close to 20 civilians that were perished before we get. Good thing is I got to hold down a mech with my hydro pump. They had mechs.
Yep. Did you see any cyber
I
psychos?
think I had enough.
Did I see anyone?
Did you see any ones in grey robes?
There were people in grey robes, there were snipers,
Grey robes,
there
did
were
they have red
chainsaw
glowing
men.
eyes?
Yes, well, everybody had the great glow eyes.
Sorry, did you see a heavily augmented cyborg in grey robes?
Yes, he would turn in. I think it is the person who turned invisible, possibly.
No,
There
that's
was
just
one
them
who looked
going
like they
very
were wearing
fast.
something. Well, there were people. There was a person in a robe with red eyes. There was chainsaw wielders with red. Everybody had red eyes and different types of short and long robe in the darkness. You know, they all had that.
Oh,
Chainsaws, gunslingers, snipers,
Did you kill it?
invisible people attacking from behind. I killed about
Did you
60
kill
myself of different types.
Right. Big tattered grey robe covers most of the body. Underneath, heavily augmented cybernetics, almost entirely chromed out. Tubes everywhere.
I do not see if we killed because I was range. Most of my injuries is because I had to run back and forth adding suppression fire to take out the mechs that were beaming down, so most of my stuff was range. They had mechs, yes. Yeah. They're like 2 or 3 Tiberius tall.
I know how big their mechs are, don't worry. Damn, you didn't confirm the death of the Wraith. Fuck.
I do not know. Well, I believe I've seen one, but I would ask the others if they were closer range. I only swooped in with supporting. Most of it was they get pinned in the corner, I distract, they chase me, I go up high, and then they redirect.
It's fine, it's fine, just
yeah.
Really nice to know that information because
I will be able to tell you if I see their soul again, if they are near. If I know to turn it on.
There's more than one of them, so it's just, never mind, it's fine.
Tiberius was there, and they were one of the Tiberius
operatives
was there, as well as...
Tiberius will have a good report. He'll be reliable.
They might have I believe I had seen one, but I was constantly on the go. The good thing about drawing fire away from people that are suppressed, who are melee attackers, is that you have to run quick. Go in, distract, run away. Go in, distract, run away.
That's why I prefer to be stealthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to be stealthy in a very big open concept factory with only a couple of stairs and an odd oil drum or two.
That's fine. It's usual. That sort of stuff. That's enough. I've heard enough. Any more will just make me uncomfortable.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was just trying to answer questions.
You're fine.
I don't feel fine.
You want the truth? I'm never fine. But that's fine. Just, I'm happy I'm alive.
Me too. I was not expecting my first humanitarian mission to be the first time I ever killed the people.
Well, good.
Just for therapy later, though.
Cultists are attracted to humanitarian efforts because it's a lot of vulnerable people, and they're not out to get high value targets or anything like that. They've decided that the best way to regain the influence of their deity and bring back their deity from the dead, the one that was presumably written on that piece of paper, is by murdering as many people as they can, then murdering themselves.
Oh yeah, trust me, I've seen just how many souls they had there and the diversity of it. Anyway, I will go. You have a good time. I'm going to do a walk. Try to feel better with walking on legs. They are very sore.
Make sure to stretch them out properly.
Oh, I do. Thank you for
and
making
make sure to elevate them too.
Oh, I've been sitting in the proper physiotherapy and recovery things for all day. I need to walk now. I need to move. Slow, but move.
Okay.
Do you either know a person who does therapy that deals with souls? Not Aether, but anybody else? Any other...
I only know Aether. He is literally my therapist, so...
We worked at the Diamond Casino together. He was like a croupier and I was security. But, I got heavy topics and I do not want to overwhelm him because he's many patients and there's also going through own trauma in
Trust me, he'll be fine.
I don't know. I have to be careful who talk to heavy subjects about.
It's
I'm
his
going
job
go
to
see
talk about
April.
sea subjects.
Yeah, but who sees him?
His friends.
I got to get some friends. Alright, you guys have a good night. I was going to go to pool and maybe take my bit. I have no open wounds, but I'm gonna dip my toe in.
Take it easy. I think we sidetracked a bit there.
We did.
Which floor is it again? I forgot.
Come on, come on, I got you. I got you.
But I guess there are examples
That's for the
where...
short version.
Sorry. Personal interest of mine. That makes it sound like it's a hobby. No. I am very dedicated to making sure that cult does not succeed in their task.
Never change.
Hmm. Yeah. Like I said, sometimes it's difficult for me to extend forgiveness and that fairness to everyone and members of those cults or those people that I struggle with. But then again, they have chosen to dedicate themselves to a cult that is entirely based off killing others and usually reveling in the cruelty of killing others. I can only go so far. Because I'm still an angry and vengeful man at my core. Anyway, you were going to say something to me earlier. What was it?
I don't remember anymore.
Sounded like it was going to be something important, like a rebuttal of my ideology.
Well, wasn't important enough to remember.
I guess so. Do you still think I'm some fool or something like that?
Oh, absolutely. But live your life the way you want. I always go by the motto, it's nice to want things.
And I want a nicer life for a lot of people. This city is far too cruel. Far too cruel to be selfish. And I suppose you also figure out what happens to the people who, at least what I think about the people who do, in fact, hurt and betray you, who intentionally inflict harm on others. They don't last long.
Good. Good. Good.
So, I guess in some ways I agree. It just depends who we're on about. Random person who's had to steal because they have no food, they deserve help. The serial killer who does it who's murdered multiple people for fun, I'll rip out their throat.
think that's a bit of an extreme on 12 cases.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes
It's not very black and white.
Well. Fine then. Challenge me, I guess. Challenge my morality. Give me something.
Someone needing to kill out of necessity rather than want.
And what is this necessity?
Distinguish who's who. Survival.
Survival. Who do they have to kill for survival? Is it self-defense?
No.
Is it to sate an urge, an animalistic desire?
I think that's a bit too simple.
Coincidence. You just happen to meet someone and you decide you want to kill them. But you have to. Because it's a part of who you are. Instinctual. The nature of your being.
I can't really provide a good example, but I think that's a pretty good example you provide yourself.
Can I forgive someone like that? What would I do with someone like that?
What is... help them in the first place if you wanted to?
I think I could.
And that will only lead to more deaths.
I guess. Are they too far gone? Can I help them?
Know.
I don't know.
You won't know unless you wanted to try.
Let's make sure she got back to her father, alright?
Then it becomes an endless cycle of taking and taking and taking from you.
I take?
When is it enough for you? Not you.
It'll never be enough. Instead, you have to just learn. You have to learn to resist. To live without it. With it gnawing at the back of your head constantly. For everyone else, everyone who's ever been kind to you. For them. You have to teach this person that. If they can't, they need to be helped. They are as much as a victim to it as anyone else.
And you want to change who they are?
It's the only way they can live right. Both as a whole and with themselves.
You can leave them alone.
If I leave them alone, they'll kill more. It's wrong to isolate yourself. It leaves you just you. And sometimes you is not a good person to be with. Would you help this person?
Hunger.
Would you spare this person?
Absolutely not. If they try to fuck with me. Granted, I don't have much of self-defense.
But what if a person like this was chatting to you over a coffee table?
Thank you.
And I wouldn't know any better?
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't know any better.
I would prove that someone like that could change and be better, right? deserve? Listen. You really think so?
I really think so.
That someone's very nature is that to kill can't be undone by the nurture of the people around them. That eventually they will just return back to the thing that they're meant to be.
No matter how much they dislike it.
Wrong way.
Maybe they'll grow to love it. If long enough time is given.
I did go the wrong way.
Yeah, because that was the laundry room.
We can stop talking. If it's too much.
Do you really think that they'll eventually end up like that? A ravenous monster?
I don't know you. It's the first time we ever properly talked.
I never said anything about myself.
I never said it was pointed to you.
Like I said, then, do you really think they are just destined to devolve into a monster? Despite all their efforts? Even if every fiber of their mind, soul, and being doesn't want to be that dreadful thing anymore.
It's an instinct that never goes away. Much like when someone turns their back to me, all I want to do is pounce on them. But I have self-control.
So do I.
But it is a much less significant degree. Maybe taking this a bit too personal.
Perhaps. I've been taught that people who are like that are just as victims to the circumstances that have created them as anyone else is. And the real question of their worth is whether or not they revel or defy the abhorrent thing that they are.
At the end of the day, they're a killer. Their actions do not justify what they want. Let's give another example. This is quite recent. Someone that went completely insane and decided to open up portals of hell to attack a district that was formerly an Aegis member.
Slade.
Apparently he did some good things in the past. People tried to honor him or celebrate his life, trying to ignore what he's done.
We cost lot of lives.
People recognize him still as a
hero.
He's a killer.
Yes.
And you know what people try to do to try to chase that fame and glory? They try to defend. They try to defend against the invasion, but for the wrong reasons. What we did as IZCA, we set up tents, reliefs. And then they themselves call themselves heroes. Because they wanted that fame and glory and to gloat about, oh, I defended against demons, devils, whatever they want to call them. Making one action what Slade did does not forgive
all the lives he has cost.
does not still make him keep his title.
So I ask you this. What if Slade had no choice in the matter? What if he was born with a grave burden, and in a moment of emotional weakness, he lost control?
He had that choice. All it takes is one choice.
Never again. Never again.
And he can never do that same choice again.
Never again.
Do you think it's justifiable for someone to do that?
No.
Even if they have previous accolades?
No. He deserved
When we
it.
try to look up messages back then, or the media posts that people try to celebrate him.
There's a difference between a man who chooses to inflict cruelty and one that doesn't have a choice in the matter. Right? Do you think so?
I personally believe, even though the scenario represents you prior, everyone has a choice. Whether they give in or not.
I never want to give in.
It's another debate entirely.
Never again.
Well, not your therapist.
What and do you want?
Never again.
Sorry, I was just coming to check on man. You alright? Good evening, miss. I brought you something.
I brought that up.
I brought you something. I found this flavor stack. It's a Tootsie Pop. Like a lolly with chocolate in the center.
Don't ever give in.
I only provided scenarios.
Maybe one that hit a little close to home.
So then I should have not brought it up.
Would you?
You're our guest. I was supposed to make you feel safe and.
It's fine.
I'm really sorry for interrupting. I didn't catch your name, darling.
Sorry, my name is Snow.
We have a friend named Snow as well.
Is it Snow Scale?
It is indeed.
He mentioned. But it's just Snow.
Nice to meet you. Brienne.
It was nice talking with you.
Was it nice?
Yes. It hurt. But I already said we all end up hurting each other, whether we like it or not. It's what we do afterwards that matters. You weren't trying to hurt me. And now I guess you understand a bit more why I try my best to help others. And what I mean by previous actions.
Would you like to hold a drink? Something warm with that help?
I'll be fine. I've got a flavor stick now. I'll enjoy that. I just think I might want to go to the library. You're fine. It's not your fault.
Want to check out books? Just let us know.
Of course. Thank you for the conversation. This might be an odd ask, but never mind.
You know where to find me if you have a request to
I
speak
mean,
with me.
just ask. I'll go to the library. Sorry I interrupted. No worries.
No, it's nothing to do with... right. We had a...
like I said, you know where to find me.
Yeah, Snow. There's a thing I've been asked to do. It wasn't the reason why I spoke to you in the first place. It was just coincidence. But I've been told to meet a new person and do something with them. And take a picture with them as proof.
Do you want a picture?
Yeah. I guess.
You pull out your phone, we can take a picture.
I don't have a phone anymore. I became my phone. Oh, don't worry. I have a trick. I have a trick. Do you want to see my trick?
Really?
And physical data. What is this? Is this what? I thought you find it funny.
Let's just take the picture.
I'll turn back to my regular size. I really do have to lean down for this. Sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of your height.
Since this
You
picture,
can
I
spend.
suppose.
I would smile if I could right now.
Well, wait till November 1st.
Yeah, I'll come by and we can smile. Hopefully.
You take care.
You too. We shall explore the library again. Okay. Well, that was awkward, but I got the photo for the Leap Foundry task. Wasn't the original intention of that conversation.
Is that what you were doing?
It wasn't my original intention, but I realized all the parameters lined up, so I might as well take it.
Fun? Fun?
In a way, I guess. I don't know. She said that she wouldn't forgive someone who, by their very nature, is something that kills, even if they're trying their best to be against it, because she believes that eventually they'll succumb to their nature. They'll become the monster they're scared of being.
That is the words of a hopeless person. In my opinion.
It did sound like she didn't have a lot of trust for others.
I'm sure she has her reasons.
Sounds like she's been hurt and betrayed. Not more than once.
Plenty of us have been hurt and betrayed. We don't give up hope.
I'll speak to her another time. Well, this is the first time I had a layered flavor stick. So.
It's a delayed. I've been told it's delayed. Mostly you get the lolly, and then during the end you get the chocolate.
Making me work for the chocolate.
Can I tell you a story?
Yes, go ahead.
I once had a friend who was a vampire. I'll let you know now. The story doesn't end very happily. But it does put a point across. I once had a friend who was a vampire. And I was trying to treat them. I was trying to help them. They were sick. Insane. They put me through many a trying experience. While trying to help them, I was battered and bruised. I was slapped across a room by an angel and went unconscious for several minutes. Broke my arm, my ribs, a black eye for a month. I was trying to be careful. I eventually found where I live. They also lied to me. Told me they were hurt. Please come help me. So I went to the place where they said they were hurt, and I was there with my medical kit. And they weren't hurt. No, they were hungry. So they begged me, even though I begged them not to. All the while I was trying to help them. Believed they could be better. I went through things. I don't know if they'd be called hallucinations or visions. But during them, I'd be feeling like my insides were ripped out of me. I tried very hard. I tried so hard. And in the end, I asked them. I asked them if they wanted to be better. Because I didn't ask them that before. Didn't ask them if they were trying to be better. And they said they didn't want to change. They had no plan on changing. And I learned I had to walk away from them. Because there is a difference between people that will accept help and want help and people that don't want help. The people that give up on themselves have no hope. And you can't help someone with no hope. So I had to walk away. The reason why I'm telling you this is because I see hope in you every day.
Thank you. Look, Real, I'm, sorry, I've been struggling to let go of my feelings for you. I told you I would try and look for other people, but I haven't really tried. I'm failing you in that regard, and I'm sorry. I did tell you, I promised you that I would find someone good for myself.
You haven't done anything wrong. You haven't asked me, and you haven't. I'm not that with you.
I guess you're right. I haven't acted on anything. You're right. Maybe I'm being too harsh on myself. Sorry, the previous conversation has got me in a spiral, I guess. Self-doubt. Lots of self-doubt. I can imagine I have quite a bit of that. It comes and goes. Don't worry.
I understand. I've been, I wanted to tell you.
Hmm?
I have some of the people we talked about that night in the crypt. I helped them pass on. I've been taking care of their spirits. They're at rest now.
The people.
Yes.
Those people? And they don't hate me?
No. It's not a part of what I do. I help them pass on. I prayed for them. One in particular was a very kind healer.
The girl.
And I helped her pass on.
The girl. Why can't I cry?
You can't cry because we're synthetic. But I wanted to tell you. I wanted to tell you that she was a cleric. And she helped me before she passed on. And she was happy that she helped someone. She went peacefully. She's at rest.
Did any of them say anything about me?
I didn't go with that intention. I went because it is my shrine maiden duty to make sure they pass on peacefully. To help them. And pray for them. Care for their spirits. That's all. I was able to help one of them. The others, they passed on.
What did she give you?
She had only just passed her final test in her seminary. She had not yet been able to help someone as a cleric. So before she went, she taught me how to purify water, so I could help others.
Never again. Never again. Never. I can't let it ever happen again.
There's an option I want to give you. A suggestion. A path you could take. One that you seem already keen on.
Mm-hmm.
Will protect.
You've...
Save people. End people and save people. Atone. Atone. That is the way you could. To be a good person. Watching over the people in the mega building. Helping the people in Bale 9. The things you already want to do. Stick with them. Don't give them away. Don't give them up. Don't become that other thing. You're good at those skills. Use them. Protect them safe. Save them. Become a light. You could, you know. I know what you see when you look at these hands. I know. But that still doesn't stop me from being able to be a champion of good.
Thank you, Ria.
I haven't done anything.
But you're always having to pick people up and help people.
You chose that.
A lot of people end up hurting you.
Well, like you said, we all hurt each other. It's just something that happens. Isn't it? Or were you just saying pretty words to a pretty girl?
Pretty girl.
No.
I guess she was pretty. But I don't think me and her would ever work. We're different people. Completely. She has a regular apartment and a regular job here. She's just someone.
And you have, well, you did. Do you have an apartment in the mega building?
One the size of, effectively, a storage cupboard, yes.
A storage cupboard, but you're so tall.
Wait till you see how big my roommate's is, who's a goblin.
Aren't goblins small?
Yeah. I'm the tallest member of the mega building.
Cupboard?
I'm the tallest member of the mega building, and I have the smallest room.
Why?
Just ended up that way, I guess. Didn't really have a choice in a room. I took the one I was given. I had a corner and a bunch of rubbish I used to lay in. Back then, the only clothes I had was Kevlar assassin robes that made me look like a cultist. No one really trusted me.
Mm.
And the only people who...
You have much better clothes now.
I know, and I get to wear none of them.
I like this cloak on you, though.
Hmm. Well, it's kind of similar to the new one I have. And the one that looks,
I noticed.
I think that might be what it's intending to emulate.
You know, you almost look like a blue dragonborn. Sometimes.
Well, I breathe out lasers instead of ice now. And lightning's kind of like a laser, so guess it's correct. But say the words what I really want to hear. About what I look like.
Oh. You're a common rider.
I guess that stuff's as close as I've really felt to being a normal person. Relaxing with you all in that packed tiny room, staring at the TV, watching this old, 400 years old TV show play. Getting excited over the most mundane, ridiculous things. I feel like a person. I don't think there's ever been a time where where it's all been quiet. Then those moments, strangely enough.
I have an idea.
What?
To the pool with me.
Hmm?
Come to the pool with me.
Oh. Sure. Why the pool?
Like I said, I have an idea. But I don't remember how to get there.
Elevator 5th floor. I come to this place way too often.
Do you?
Well, you know the hood.
It's the cafe.
It's a cafe. Yes, it is a cafe. You know the hoodie that I wear and the jeans and the boots and the green shirt? It's all from the Lost and Found here.
So? That makes sense.
The only things they had. They were big enough for me. I miss wearing those clothes.
My old clothes might not fit when I get back. Last time I changed, I was 2 inches taller. Oh well.
You're gonna get taller again?
Maybe. Okay. Give me your hands.
Nope. Not getting that wet.
I really am not going to take off my clothes, because, you know, well,
Yeah, no.
the chassis is a bit,
Does it
kind
look
of like
like,
the companion bus.
Ooh.
Listen. When we're here, you can hear anything very well.
The sound of the water. Surprisingly buoyant, aren't we? I noticed that my frame, my body, weighs about the same as I usually do. I really am just a metal shell and piping.
You said you wanted quiet. I bring you quiet.
You already do. Spending time with you has been very pleasant.
You know, it's funny. This is the only time I'd be able to get into this pool. I don't know how to swim.
Maybe I should teach you. I know how to swim.
I don't drive a car well either. I keep breaking people's brakes.
Are you scared? Tell you what,
Yes.
I don't know if I can drive a car well either. They made me drive one for a meeting, despite the fact there were multiple other people in the car that could in fact drive, had driver's license, but they let me drive. I almost crashed, by the way, when I turned around to try and get Brooke, because we realized we forgot about Brooke. It was terrible fitting me in that tiny human-sized car. I don't think I want to be in a car.
I can only imagine. You're so tall.
You know what I want? After this, the ability to go anywhere quickly. That rush, that feeling. I don't want to lose it.
I've been thinking a lot about that too.
I want a motorbike.
I think I don't have enough. A motorbike?
Yes.
A motorcycle.
Yes.
I like riding on motorcycles.
Or maybe I'll give you a ride on my
You should
motorcycle
get
then.
one, definitely. You'd like it, I think.
Marge,
Especially at night on the highways when they're clear.
Marge says that I should steal one. But I want it to be my bike.
Well, if it's your bike, you should definitely buy it.
I guess at the end of it, I really am just setting myself up for a regular normal life. After what needs to be done is done. I'm not even sure if I want to continue being a part of the Valentes, if they even exist, or any sort of gang or violence.
I like being a part of my family. They take care of me. But yeah, I don't like the violence part of it, but what's wrong?
Nothing, it's just beautiful.
And I've never seen it on this side before.
Here, follow me. It's easy enough. Keep your arms, your weight spread out, and it floats. Notice how you're basically not even trying and you're floating now. Now, like me, scoop and pull the water out the way, like you're moving through jello or something. Like you're pulling the air to fly.
Okay, it worked. Although I worry about drowning people like this, though.
You're not going to drown me anytime soon.
True.
No. Do it to the ladder over there. Your reward is being able to look out the window at all the beauty out there. That's it. That's it. You're doing great.
Okay.
Take note that since you're heavier, this is actually harder than it would be if you're organic. Organic people are naturally buoyant. All the air inside them. Now think, if it's this easy as a synth, how easy must it be as an organic person? There you go. You figured out how to swim. Just don't panic. And pull yourself through the water. Now this way. Watch. Come on. Well done. You really do look like the companion bots underneath there, do you?
I'm very, very glad that I still have my clothes on.
Can't imagine what it's like for some. At least I don't really have any features. Though, according to Horizon, we can do everything in these bodies that we could do in in our old ones, which means that somehow I don't want to think about that. Let's look at the aquarium.
Of course Horizon would say that.
Horizons, I don't know if they're better or worse at it than I am. Speaking about all this stuff about relationships and intimacy and, well, might as well just say it, sex.
Well, the only thing I know about that is it'll be really nice.
You enjoy bigger men who can do it rough. You admitted it in front of me. I'm not using it against you, by the way. I'm not trying to blackmail you with it. I'll never tell anyone, I promise. I just thought it would be funny. Besides,
Only person
pink is a
I've
nice color
ever
on you.
been with. You're a scoundrel. And to answer your question, I've only ever been with a larger orcish fella that, you know. Well, yes, sometimes it was gentle and sometimes it was not so gentle. But all of it was nice.
Was it what you wanted at the time?
Of course it was.
I'm glad he did treat you well then.
He very much did. He was a good man and is a good man. And want him to be happy with whoever he finds. Hold on, I'm being messaged. I think you should only do it if you're ready. It took me a while to be ready. I thought about it. I figured out the medical side of it, how to be safe, that kind of thing. Well, also there was the
size difference.
Human to orc difference. I just figured that out. And then I had to figure out if I was ready. I think you need to figure out if you're ready. It's okay if you're not ready yet. Or if you are ready, it's all okay. You should take your time with it. If you want to do it just to figure out what it's like, I mean, that's a reason, but is it a good one?
I don't want to go to the brothel for that. I've only really felt the only with a select few people. I don't think I should name them. Because, I think you can guess. Fucking so shitted.
It's fine. Fine. You're fine. You're not doing anything wrong. Okay? It's fine. But I'm trying to be helpful. And
you are helpful.
Experience with it.
You are helpful.
Because...
I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if Battley. I mean, there's a whole another angle of it with just me in particular that we have to think. I have to think about before ever doing it. There's so many variables. Like, what if doing it sets off up here and stuff, and what if we make more of me? things like
That's
me.
where you need to learn the medical side of things first, because there's ways to be safe about stuff like that. Like, you could get a vasectomy.
What?
It's a vasectomy. It's a procedure. Okay, this is gonna sound really awful, and this is a procedure to tie the tubes inside of your scrotum, so that you can't make babies.
Huh.
It's the only way for a man to be safe, other than a condom. The woman has more options of being safe because, well, there are
what's a
certain
condom?
chemicals. Okay, alright. Okay. Alright, medical professional here, totally professional. It's something you put yourself into before entering your partner. It's a leather
Myself?
protection to keep your...
Like an outfit?
Okay. Your penis.
That makes more sense. Right, I think I understand now. I'm just realizing...
Protection to keep you from being able to impregnate your partner.
Let's see, right. I mean, can Dragonborn even get non-Dragonborn pregnant? Or would it be only with other draconic stuff?
Know. I haven't looked into that yet. I've only been a midwife for one person.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I don't really encounter it much. And generally, I get a little, I get a little cautious of the subject.
Why?
Because of stuff like that is the reason. The ritual involved, the ritual that made me involved, stuff like that. And, well, the impregnation and...
Right. Well, like I said, there is medical procedure options. If you never want to have children, vasectomy.
That might be an idea.
It's a possibility.
What if it does? Yeah, probably for the best. We don't want to figure out that, my children are just like me.
Or, I don't know, I'm sure there's temporary procedures that can be done. There's all kinds of things. Like, there's chemicals your partner could take to no longer be able to become pregnant. You could... One moment.
I could.
You could... Like I said, use condom. You could use safe sexual practices. Your partner could be given an IUD. There's all kinds of things, prophylactics. And, well, if you never enter the part that could impregnate them, you'll never impregnate them.
Sex can be more than just that hole?
Well, yes, there's oral, anal, all kinds of things.
It can go in the butt.
Yes.
People like that?
Some people do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's also, other ways to be intimate with a person that doesn't have anything to do with that.
Like,
Like kissing, foreplay, again, oral. My suggestion is that you take your time with this, and only do this when you're ready. You know very little about it, and you should take your time, not rush to something like that. Have you even had your first kiss? Then why are you running before you walk, darling?
I'm not actually. I never professed it. I guess I did, but the desire's there. But whether or not I'm ready to act on that desire was never clarified.
My suggestion? Maybe have your first kiss first. It's nice. Have the nice things. You deserve them.
Kiss. So close to someone. I've never been that close to someone.
It's soft and warm. A little different.
I don't think I can really. Right now, I'm not any of those things, I think.
Just you wait till you're flesh and blood. It's gonna be much nicer for you to have a first kiss as yourself. My first kiss was kind of dumb.
Was it with Ethan?
I did some. No, it wasn't. It was actually with a fella named RG, who was at the time my boss. So it was kind of dumb and stupid of me to do that. You're not supposed to really get with someone you work with. It's kind of like a no-no. But I was a little fresh off the amnesia train and didn't know all the rules. And he didn't like me like that. He was just being nice and slightly regret it.
Didn't want to let things
Well,
make it feel like things were there.
he was kind of
An asshole?
a playboy.
A what?
A playboy. Like a guy who flirted with a lot of girls.
Oh, right.
But he did find a partner in the end. And then, you know. What I'm saying is, no matter who it's with, don't kiss somebody just because you want to first kiss. Kiss somebody because you want to kiss them.
I don't think I'd be able to kiss anyone that I didn't want to kiss. It's not a desire to tick these boxes to prove I'm something. It's a desire to do something more with the people that I feel comfortable around, happy around. Sorry.
You haven't done anything wrong. You're being truthful with me without asking me for anything more. I appreciate that.
I guess I wouldn't want to lie to you for the sake of making you feel better. Don't feel bad that you can't reciprocate. I'm not upset, nor am I angry. I'm nothing. I understand. And it's not self-deprecation. You're just not up for it. You want us to stay friends. I want us to stay friends too. I just sometimes I get the feeling I want more. Happens mostly when you touch. Oh. You stroke me. I start dozing off. Even in this cold, empty body, I feel warm. I feel tingly and fuzzy. All the fear that I might hurt you fades away. But what you want is what's the most important. Because I can not sacrifice my enjoyment. I can just simply accept what you want and live with that. I can find someone else. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who can make me feel that way. Right? I must thank you for helping me figure out this love. You've really helped me understand it, and I think for the better. Are you alright?
Yes?
You were changing colors a lot.
I can't ever tell.
What were you thinking about? Maybe that might help?
I think if I told you it would make things confusing.
Is it something embarrassing?
One moment.
Oh, okay. Fourth dimensional things? Okay. Oh, you are eating this up, Lene, are you? Man, this shit, like... After all the recent stuff, man... This fucking is concession, man. It's like... warm taffy. It's been so cute and wholesome. Right.
I just think that it might confuse. It's confusing?
How? Is it something embarrassing? I mean, you've been turning pink, and I notice you only seem to turn pink. I think I figured that. It's when you're embarrassed, right? Because I'll say something really emotional or something like that, and you turn pink. It's because it's embarrassing. Right? I mean, emotional stuff, especially when I get it, when it gets wrong, is embarrassing. Must, you know. I bet it is embarrassing.
I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to. Being in this body is confusing. I think I'm just confused. Being in this body is confusing. It has to be. It has to be the body, right? I think I'm just confused. That's all.
No, I
thought, Serge?
I didn't want this. I didn't want this. Fuck, why couldn't I have let go? She didn't want this.
Okay, I I'm sorry. I heard. I said something wrong.
You didn't. I just, I'm not sure how to react. This is not what I wanted to happen.
I don't know, maybe I'm confused. I don't even know what it is. I can't tell you what it is.
Brielle, can I ask, are you... Are you... Are you... Are you falling in love with me?
Question I can't answer. Please don't ask me a question I can't answer. I just told you I don't know. That's why I said I didn't want to tell you anything because it was confusing and I didn't want to confuse you. I don't want to. I'm confused and I didn't want to confuse you. I don't know what it is. That's my answer. I don't know. I don't know.
November 1st.
My friend.
Friends. You're right. This is all confusing. This is all confusing.
Stupid man king can shove his pumpkin head right up his arse. Forget what I said. Just forget what I said. I don't want to make things complicated. I like the way we are right now. I really like the way we are right now. You make me happy.
I make you happy?
Yes.
Even after everything? All the times I've came and basically used you as a emotional sponge, made you calm me down after all my problems.
You took care of me. You kept trying. You kept trying to take care of me. And it was nice. You know, how many people... Do you know how many people...
Just use
Forget?
you?
There's a lot of people that take care of me. There is. And they're wonderful. And they...
Forget? Forget what?
They make me happy. And you...
No.
a lot of people just...
Only continue if you're comfortable. I don't want you to have a breakdown like earlier this week. Only continue if you're comfortable.
That's the problem. You make me too comfortable nowadays.
Fuck. Hmm.